Mid-State Pools and Spas knows pools, in-ground pools to above-ground pools. Mid-State Pools and Spas has over 35 years in the industry, building over 3,000 pools. We build all of our own pools, never subcontracting the work out. So if you're ready to build a pool, renovate a pool, or if you need weekly maintenance or liner replacement with a full 20-year warranty, call the professionals at Mid-State Pools and Spas. Visit our showroom today at 2273 Veterans Boulevard in Dublin and see the new line of Marquee Spas. For the ultimate in hot tub experiences, choose Marquee Spas. Also see our new selection of casual patio furniture, available now at our showroom, Mid-State Pools and Spas, where we know pools.
Welcome everybody. I am so glad to continue our series on success stories for Oconee Fall Line Technical College. You'll hear me, I had somebody the other day in town, I have with me Carey, who is one of our success stories we're going to talk about. Brianna, I was in town the other day and somebody said, you always say OFTC, what is that? So I'm letting y'all know, I do say that during the show, but it's Oconee Fall Line Technical College. But the students out here, we call it OFTC, right? I say we like I'm a student, but I feel like one. I'm a part of the family, I think. But we're so excited. We've already done a few shows, Brianna, on success stories. And first of all, before we start, and you have two sons behind the camera here that we're going to be talking to in a few minutes, but tell us about your family.
Well, I have 3 sons in total, all boys. 2 of them are here at OFTC. They're both students. I have one that's in the respiratory program, the same one that I graduated from, and the other in cybersecurity. Wow.
Yeah, I may need him. I got hacked last week, so maybe I need the cybersecurity. I had a cybersecurity guy tell me, you're either 2 people, either you've been hacked or you've gone, you know, one or the other. You're going to be hacked or you've been hacked. So it's coming to you because people get up every day like we work hard. They work hard at doing stuff like that. So I admire anybody that goes into cybersecurity because I believe both of those fields, respiratory and cybersecurity, you're going to have a job.
That's right, definite job security.
I had a guy yesterday said, if you're in health care, he said, you can't find a job, call me. It was the head of the VA hospital. So, and we're going to be out there next week doing another success story, so we want you to stay with us there. I just got to know, first of all, why did you choose Oconee Fall Line?
I chose OFTC because I had been a stay-at-home mom for 15 years and found myself getting a divorce and no way to support myself and my children. I always knew that I wanted to do something in healthcare, and when I went to the OFTC website, I saw respiratory care, and it drew me in. It was a perfect fit for me.
I always want to hear about the instructors because when I walk in classrooms, I always see these men and women who are so vested, so passionate about their field. Tell me about your instructor or instructors and your relationships there.
Okay, I had 2 very, very good instructors. They both, you can tell, just have a genuine love and passion for what they do. You can tell that they enjoyed being practicing therapists when they did work in the hospital, and one of them still does. And you can tell that they just really enjoy passing on their skills and their knowledge to the next generation.
What would you say to someone watching right now that, and I hear people all the time because I do a lot at Oconee Fall Line, and they say, James, I'm older. I could never go back to school now. And I told somebody the other day, I was in one of the schools listening to a 5th grade math class. I'd probably fail 5th grade because I cannot grasp what some of these kids are doing in school now. You know, I know what division is, but they do it a different way than I was raised to do it. But what would you say to someone watching right now that's sitting there on the couch and saying, there's no way I could go back to school now? What do you say to them?
Well, the smartest man I know is my father, and he gave me the best advice that anyone has ever given me. And I remember telling him when I was contemplating going back to school, and I said, I'll be 42 years old when I graduate. I just don't know if I can do this. And he said, you're going to be 42 years old anyway. Yeah. He said, I would rather you be 42 and look back on it and know that you've done it instead of thinking, I wish I had started it.
Yeah. Well, what a wise man to start off with, you know, and our dads are very wise. I wish I'd listened to mine more when I was younger, but, you know, when you're young, you think you know everything, and then you finally figure out you don't. But you sound like me. My dad's 83, and I talk to him about everything, you know, because their wisdom and that generation is just amazing to me. Well, that answers the first part of the question. But these same people, and we got people watching us right now that have lost jobs. We've had plants shut down in our community and are just like you said, divorced. Sometimes life throws us a curveball.
That's right.
And you just hit the nail on the head. Y'all heard Brianna. You know, she was going to be 42 anyway. In a year from now, or as I told somebody yesterday, they were struggling to find work. I said, you can go to Oconee Fall Line in like 12 weeks, have a degree in truck driving, and you can go out here and start making about $1,000 a week. I know it's hard work, and I know it's tough, but look, 12 weeks in school and make $1,000. Now, the respiratory program takes longer than that. How long is that program?
The actual program itself is 4 semesters. They have it set up so that you can complete it start to finish in 2 years, and that includes your core classes.
And what have you done since graduation? Where are you working?
Well, when I first graduated, I went to Navicent Medical Center in Macon, and I was there for 3 years, and now I'm at Dodge County Hospital in Eastman.
What's the most fun about what you do?
Oh gosh, it is never the same night twice, for sure. You know, I can say that I've seen things and done things that, you know, a lot of times I only read about. You know, definitely my experience at both hospitals, because even though one is a larger hospital, one's a small rural hospital, the needs of people are the same in everywhere. So, you know, it's definitely an adventure.
Yeah. And respiratory people, I've been in the hospital about 5 times in the last 2 years with chronic pneumonia. So I've had a lot of hours with respiratory people. And sometimes I would think they're sadists, what they put me through, and I'm kidding about that. I'm kidding.
Not all therapy's comfortable.
No, but they're trying to help you get better. Right. So I am kidding about saying that comment, but so walk me through a typical day. I know you said that no 2 days are alike, but what happens in a typical day or typical night? Well,
I would say that now, since this pandemic, nothing is typical. You never know from one day to the next, you know, what kind of patients you're going to have. Right now, you know, of course, we're seeing a lot of COVID. So we do have, you know, we have a lot of people on ventilators. Definitely a lot more people on oxygen than we typically have. But it's, you know, it's something, and this is this pandemic, you know, there's still so many unanswered questions that a lot of it is trial and error, and, you know, we find something that works and we stick with that, and then the next thing you know, something else happens, and this therapy that they once recommended, that now they don't, or one that they discouraged, and now that they are recommending. So you really never know from one day to the next what you're going to be doing.
That's right, and we are in uncharted territory. I mean, nobody, even the scientists, have had trouble figuring it out, but we do know that if you wear a mask and wash your hands, we do know those things work. So do you have any regrets at all about this career path and going to Oconee Fall Line?
No. As a matter of fact, I was just talking to someone a little while ago that if I had known 4 years ago that this pandemic would happen, if I would have chosen the same field, and I really think I still would have chosen it, because it's something that I'm very passionate about and I love.
And you got to be proud of your children, your sons, that we're looking at behind the camera. We're going to have them on after the commercial break. But tell me, on a personal level, how does that make you feel, knowing that they followed in your footsteps, or they did what Mom did and came to Oconee Fall Line? And And I don't know if I'd call it a family tradition, but you're kind of starting a tradition here. Maybe their kids one day will come to Oconee Fall Line, because I see a lot of that. I see grandparents and parents, and now, you know, grandchildren and great-grandchildren coming here. But how does that make you feel personally?
Well, it makes me feel very proud. I had not actually read either of my son's responses to some questions that were that they were to fill out until on the way up here. And for both of them to say that they were inspired by me is, I mean, that's just an unbelievable feeling. It just makes me feel really good.
Now, tell me about the GOAL program. What you associated with that?
I was. In 2015, I won the GOAL Award, which is the Georgia Occupational Award of Leadership. I was just so honored that a teacher nominated me for the award, and then the process to actually win the award with lots of interviews and speeches and things like that. It was definitely an experience that I treasure. I made a lot of friends, met a lot of people, a lot of connections, which is definitely important. And I wouldn't trade that experience for anything.
So I'm sure it gave you a lot more confidence going through all those interview processes, and prepared you for people like me that ask you questions you don't know what I'm going to ask. But it had to, amongst all the other things you just mentioned, you know, gaining new friends and the interview process and things like that, it can only help.
Right. It definitely prepared me for job interviews, for sure. You never know what kind of questions going to be asked, so it definitely prepared me for that.
Okay, so we're going to take a commercial break. Thank you, Brianna, for talking to us, and we're going to take a break and come back. We'll be back right after this. At Lakes Alignment, we would like to take this time to thank our community for your support over the last 66 years. And especially these last few months with the opening of our brand new truck center. When you drive into Lakes Alignment, you get master trained technicians like Anthony Penny. Everybody calls him Bug, but it means so much to us. And on behalf of Neil Harden, Lisa, our staff, and the entire Lake family, we thank you for supporting us since 1954. Come see us today. We open every morning at 8 o'clock, and now our truck center is open on Saturday to serve your big trucks and equipment from 8 until 12. At Lakes Alignment, we thank you and this entire community, and will continue to serve you with the best trained staff and friendly, courteous service. Lakes Alignment, hometown people serving hometown people. Come see us today, 104 Johnson Street, East Dublin. Welcome back, everybody. Now I have Mitchell Carey. You were behind the camera listening to me talk to your mom. She's very good at interviews.
Yeah.
What do you think about Mom? What grade would you give her there?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10? I like that. I'll have to agree with you on that one. But you're in your first semester in respiratory. Tell me, did you pick it because of your mom? Was it just the right thing to do? Tell me about that.
She definitely helped me with the decision. You know, I knew I wanted to do something with healthcare, but at first I thought that was nursing, and did that. You know, was doing those classes for a while, had a little trouble getting into the program. She was like, hey, you should try out OFTC, it's a respiratory program. Did a little research, and I liked it. Yeah. It seemed like that's what I was looking for. Well,
there's a lot of men, like nursing, men are the exception. There's not many men in nursing programs, but it seems like respiratory, and I don't know about your class now, but all my respiratory people when I was in the hospital were all guys, and I cannot say, and a lot of them were Oconee Fall Line graduates, and I always feel good when I'm in the hospital or getting tests done when they bring in these Oconee Fall Line graduates, because I know they have been trained well. So first semester, any regrets so far?
No, none so far. I think it's been a good semester. I mean, class is great, clinicals is awesome. We get to see so much there, especially with COVID and everything, you know.
Well, what don't you like about the respiratory program?
Really, I can't think of anything. It does everything somebody could need and want from it.
Good answer. I like that. I was hoping he couldn't think of nothing. Okay, what's the good? Tell me the good. What are you getting out of this first semester?
Honestly, the biggest thing I got out of this first semester was my clinicals. I think that's really prepared people for what it's really going to be like, because you can't get somebody ready for that unless you put them in it. You know what I mean? We can't sit in the classroom and talk about, you know, what you're supposed to do and everything. It doesn't really stick the same. You know, going to clinicals helped me remember so much stuff that I learned from class without actually studying, by going out there and actually practicing it.
Where are you doing your clinicals at?
Fairview Park.
Okay, good. I said it when I was talking to your mom a while ago. I was in a meeting yesterday with some healthcare people, and if you cannot get a job in healthcare, you are guaranteed a job for the rest of your life, because you got people like me, baby boomers. We're getting older and feeble, I guess, so we're going to need people, respiratory people and nurses and healthcare people. But let's talk about your two instructors. What do you think about them?
Okay, I'll start with Kelly first. So, I mean, she knows her stuff. She's our clinical coordinator. She's very by the books. You don't want to get on Kelly's bad side, definitely. Yeah, she makes sure she keeps us all straight, you know, make sure we're getting done what we need to. And Miss Natalie's awesome too, man. She really knows her stuff. She's not quite as by the books as Kelly. You know, Natalie kind of has her own way of teaching that sticks with you. You know, it's not like she's not just sitting there spitting facts at you. You know what I mean?
Well, everybody's different, and that's a good thing. But the reason they are so tough, you know, and I think back at my own education, those teachers that were so hard on me, I didn't like them in school. But as I got older, I look back, and I've even talked to some of them since then and apologized for all I give them back, you know, because looking back, I think, man, these were good teachers. Look what they taught me. But sometimes when you're inside the bubble, you just don't understand. So, but they're doing it for a reason, because you need to know when you get out there in the real job, you got to know what you're doing.
Yes, sir.
You're not going to have a Natalie, you know, tapping on your shoulder and saying, hey, do this, do that, put this kind of medicine in or whatever. But what do you think you'll do? I know it's for your first semester, but what do you think you'll do after graduation? Will you go to Fairview or?
I've definitely considered Fairview. I like the people there a lot. Everyone's real nice. All the therapists are cool. They're very welcoming to the students and everything. But honestly, I think it's a little too soon for me to decide. This is the only place I've done clinical, so I don't really know what the other hospitals might be like. So I'll have to get back to you on that one.
So what do you like about Oconee Fall Line? Forget about the teachers, forget about all that, but you know, as far as coming to class and the whole experience here at Oconee Fall Line, what do you like most? I
kind of like how directed it is, you know, like first day of class, we were in there, we were getting straight at it. There wasn't no syllabus week or anything like that, and it's not really, this is kind of coming from personal experience, but back whenever I was at a previous college, my focus wasn't really school. Like, it wasn't, you know, all right, I got to get A's, I got to get this assignment done. It was more like, all right, let's have a good time and then kind of take care of this stuff when it needs to. But coming here really kind of woke me up a little bit, like, hey man, you know, if you want to get this stuff done, you gotta do it. It kind of motivated me.
So do you ever see Chandler at school?
No, I have all my classes in that, is it the Livingston building? I have all my classes in there, and we're usually in class for about 7 hours. We get a 1 hour lunch break, but yeah, we don't really do much walking around campus or anything. He kind of.
What would you say? I asked your mom this question in a kind of a roundabout way, but there's a lot of people. I talk to a lot of young people who have graduated high school. They're just out here floundering around. They went to Georgia and it really wasn't what they thought, or went to Middle Georgia or wherever, and you know, after 1 quarter they came back, really didn't take it seriously. What would you say to that young person who's kind of just really floundering around and has no direction? Talk to them just a minute.
Okay, well, first of all, you're going to have to know what you want to do, what you're kind of wanting out of your life right now. You know, are you wanting to just sit back, have a good time, no responsibilities, and you know, school might not be the best thing for you right now. You know, but if you're ready to, you know, go out there, you know, make a change and kind of get your education, start your life, definitely.
And grow up, huh?
Yeah, definitely grow up.
Yeah, it's hard to do that. You know, you're 22, 23, 24, and I talk to a lot of kids every day that just don't want to, they hadn't grown up, you know, and at 22, I really had not grown up. So we all kind of, the light comes on at different times for us. So, yeah, I can tell you're excited about being in the respiratory program. I know you'll do good, but before we go, any other parting words about Oconee Fall Line and about your experience out here at this school?
The last things I might have to say on OFTC, one of the biggest reasons we came to this college in particular is that, you know, it's real close to home. It's a very affordable college, and I mean, we get the same certifications and everything that other colleges will getting. Like, I'll be taking the same state boards that any other respiratory therapist will be taking. And yeah, I think that's the thing. It's a very qualified school for the price and the location and everything. It works out real well.
And won't owe all that money when you graduate.
Sir.
That is, I just think that is one of the best things that I love about Oconee Fall Line. You keep that money in your pocket, and if you need financial help, we've got financial help. So everybody's here to help, you know, not just in the respiratory program. But okay, thank you, Mitchell. We're going to bring up Chandler. He's last but not least, but he's going to come up, and I hope he don't hack my telephone. If he's in cybersecurity, y'all stay with us. We'll be back right after this.
Hey, I'm Glenn Register with Hometown Supply. Hometown Supply, located in downtown Dublin, is here for all of your home and hardware needs. We are committed to providing you with quality products and service on our full line of new and used appliances. We also offer service on most any brand of appliance on the market today. So if you need repairs on appliance, just give us a call here at Hometown Supply. Local delivery is available for merchandise sold. Anything that a customer needs, we take care of. Just remember, if you can't do business at Hometown Supply, you just can't do business.
First Lawrence Bank invites you to experience banking at its best. Whether you have personal or business needs, we're a full-service bank, big enough to handle all of your banking needs and small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank like First Lawrence Bank. Looking forward to your future? That's First Lawrence Bank in Dublin and Dexter, member FDIC.
Welcome back, everybody. I have with me Chandler now, Carey, and I asked him off camera when he got his first computer. Go ahead and tell the viewers what your answer was.
When I was in 9th grade, I built my first computer.
He built his first computer. I called him Bill Gates or Steve Jobs. I mean, that's basically what they did. But people like me go out and buy a computer or a laptop, and somebody like you builds it in the 9th grade. I mean, tell me, where'd you get the parts from? Out of the dumpster or what?
Nah, I ordered them offline. Okay. I had to ask for some for Christmas also.
So this has just always been your thing, huh?
Yeah, I've kind of always been interested in technology.
Are you a gamer?
Yeah.
Okay. I hear mom and brother laughing back there, so you must be a serious gamer.
No, not that serious. Just sometimes.
So, cybersecurity, that was just like a match made in heaven, I think. You know,
I think so.
Just your background, you know, you definitely shouldn't go in respiratory with that kind of passion. You just leave that up to your brother and your mom, huh?
Yes.
If you have trouble breathing, you just go to them, huh?
Yeah.
Wow, built your own computer. I think that's amazing right there. So, you picked Oconee Fall Line. You heard your brother's answers a while ago about it. And I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but the Carey family, they live in Telfair County. So your brother was talking about, you know, close to home, coming to Oconee Fall Line. I mean, just right 441, it's a straight shot coming. So I don't think I mentioned that earlier in the show, but it is close to home. How long does it take to get here?
It took us like 35 minutes today. Yeah. It doesn't take that long.
Yeah, 30 minutes or so. I play a lot of golf over at Little Mulgee State Park, so I know you're there before you know it. So it's really not a long drive. Okay, the cybersecurity program. I was in a cybersecurity meeting recently, and the guy was telling us all these things that, and I want to share these with, I want to talk to you about it and share them with our viewers, but he asked us how often we change our passwords. And I have a hard password. I have a very difficult password. But he said, if you're not changing your password every 2 weeks, you're going to get hacked. And I'm thinking, my gosh, every 2 weeks, I'd never remember that password if I did that, because mine is difficult, but it's something that I know in my head, you know. But so tell me about, what do you think about that, first of all?
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. I don't think you could go wrong with that except for forgetting your passwords. Yeah. But as long as you have somewhere to store your passwords that's secure, then I think you'll be all right. Okay,
so you're 19, built your first computer 5 years ago, I guess. You were in the 9th grade. You graduated high school. Where'd you graduate high school?
Telfair County.
Okay, at Telfair County. You're in cybersecurity. Tell me about the program.
The name kind of speaks for itself. You get a lot of hands-on experience with the labs, with my hybrid classes at least.
Are you doing it online or in person?
I have 3 online classes this semester and 1 live class.
And that's something that you always have to think about. You can, just about any program, they offer over 100 programs here at Oconee Fall Line, and you can do so much online. And I just think that's just wonderful, being able to do it online. Tell me the difference in online and in person. Are you losing anything online? Tell me about that.
The only thing I think you could lose online is just an in-person experience. But I like online classes, and I also like live classes. But the online classes are really flexible.
Okay, who's your instructor?
For my live class, Brandon McNeil, he's also my advisor.
Okay. And tell me about a typical day in cybersecurity class. When you're here, not online, but when you're in class, what are y'all doing?
Well, the live class that I have this semester, it's hardware installation and maintenance. So we basically just put a computer together.
Okay. Like you don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, we got to get him something else to do. Put a computer together. Are you teaching the class?
No, but we had a partner. We had partners, and I kind of helped my partner along.
Okay, you heard your brother a while ago talking about the reasons that he liked coming here close to home, not a bunch of debt, things like that. Tell me your number 1, number 2 reasons.
Probably the same as his. It's close to home. It's very affordable, and another thing is the flexibility of the classes.
What about the online classes? Are you able to talk to an instructor, someone who can assist you when you're doing online classes?
Yeah, like you can email your instructor. They usually get back to you really quick.
Online is one of the best things when you're going to school, where you can save that hour round trip and do those online classes. So we really encourage you to ask about online when you come here. Tell me finally, tell me the most fun thing, the best thing about coming to Oconee Fall Line.
I feel like I'm being prepared for a successful career in cybersecurity. I know there's going to be plenty of job opportunities in the future for it also. Thank
y'all so much. We want to thank the Carey family. And we're going to continue next week with more success stories right here at Oconee Fall Line Technical College. Thank you so much for joining us today right here on TV 35.
If you're in the market for affordable transportation, come into Dublin Auto Sales. Getting to work, school, or around town every day requires dependable transportation, and that's what you'll find at Dublin Auto Sales. We offer in-house financing too, so credit is never an issue. See Wayne Kemp or any of his friendly staff, Billy Topping, Alan Fields, and TJ DeRochi. Look for Dublin Auto Sales at 606 East Jackson Street and 511 North Jefferson, where you'll find a great deal. Dublin Auto Sales, affordable transportation you can count on.